All right, we're recording, so thank you all for being here today. I've limited our view to only Carrie. I haven't wanted the hundreds of people to be seen on a recording because I think it's important that we kind of focus in on one person at a time.
Right. Everyone's profit tree.
Everyone's profit share tree is important to me. So I am going to open up our PowerPoint as we're sharing because I want us to do this as well. So Terry, as you know, I'm the team leader here in your office as I'm going to be introducing myself. Yes. And as we're joking about this, the reality is profit share is one of the reasons I joined Keller Williams. Let me rephrase that. Profit share is one of the reasons I made a career change. Right? It's one of the reasons I got became a realtor. Been around real estate. It's one of the reasons I became a realtor. So I do believe in it big time, and partly because of the leverage that it creates for us, and that we'll talk about all that. So I'm going to share my screen so we can see this and work through this together. So you can see that?
Yep.
All right. So grow your profit share tree. So what we're going to cover today, and were you able to download that file, by the way?
I started to, but it got in the way.
Okay.
With the Zoom. But I'm going to try it again.
Yeah, I think that will be good as we talk through some of these first things. What is profit share? We're going to talk about how it works, and I know you and I have chatted that you need to understand it, so I'm glad you're here to understand it. Develop a plan, how it grows. We're going to grow your profit share tree. I'm going to create your specific plan at the end. By the end of this, you're going to have a plan to build your passive income. So,
okay.
I may ask you, what do you intend to take away from this course?
To know how to build a profit share tree and what it looks like to be able to explain it to others.
Okay, great. So passive income, profit share is passive income. And right. What is passive income?
Income that you earn by not doing much.
Yeah, if anything.
Money
right?
Earning money.
Money earning money. And
money earned over time.
That too. And are you familiar with the cash flow quadrant?
I'm going to say no to this.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
You're familiar with it?
Yeah, yes.
So
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes. So I won't take the time to draw it out today because we're running a little behind. So.
Yep.
But the beauty of our passive income, there's no financial risk because I know you own some properties, some investment properties, and you had to put money down, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. So it's at risk. There's no legal risk, no financial risk. It says no phone calls. That's no one calling you to gripe, but you may have to make some calls to initiate reaction.
Right.
So interaction. So let's just do a little bit of a math. So because people think of profit share. So you have your calculator handy?
I do.
So let's say, in your materials there it says, how much money would you need to have in the bank at 5% in order to earn $75,000 a year in passive income? So if we divide 75,000, divide that by
$1.5 million.
$1.5 million.
Okay.
So 75,000. That's a pretty great return, isn't it? So you can make that in profit share. The number one profit share earner in our market center happens to be in our whole region, makes about $100,000 a year in passive income.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good money.
That's good money.
Take that all day long.
All day long. So we create a win-win for you, actually a win-win-win, you know, because who benefits? You and
Sure.
your family obviously benefit, our market center benefits, and all of KW benefits. It's really I know you've been in the industry a long time, and this is really a revolutionary idea for the whole real estate industry because it really builds a partnership. And Gary Keller says this: we created a program that would treat our real estate sales associates like legitimate partners in the business. We created a program that allows associates to build a business inside a real estate company that is as powerful as if they own the company themselves. So, and I know you've been in other real estate companies. Have you sensed that?
Oh, there's no question. There's
Yeah.
a sense of everybody belongs and feels that they have ownership in it.
Yeah. Well, that's because,
right, the producing agents.
yes, for sure. And here's the thing. That's because we profit share just under 50% of our profits every month. So the owners take all the risk and profit share just under 50% on average. So Keller Williams' profit shared about $1.3 billion. We profit shared probably $1.3 million out of this market center. So it also allows you, young lady, to experience 100% plus, meaning you can make money, you can be paid to be a real estate agent by earning more profit share than you contribute in company dollar.
Right.
You need. So that's my goal for you, especially as an ALC member.
Yep, my goal.
We want you to be in the 100% club. So what will profit share do for you?
Personally?
Yeah. Would
It
you
just
mind
creates,
sharing?
yeah, sure. Gives you a sense of security, of another form of income stream, especially, well, forget just retirement years, but now, and it's ongoing and it's forever. And I know it can be willed and it stays as long as the profits and the people are in place. It's certainly a win-win for everyone. And
Now, have you set up
really not that much work that you have to do except just get it started.
Exactly. And have you set up a separate account, bank account for your profit share?
I have not.
Okay. I'm going to encourage you to do that and be thinking specifically of what you'd want to do with that money. Whether it's for it to accumulate. Some agents are letting it accumulate for college education. Some let it accumulate for specific vacation. Some let it accumulate for retirement. I'm not telling you what it,
Sure.
but when it's off to the side, then you can see it grow. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Well, who is in the profit share system? Every Keller Williams associate. Actually, administrators can be part of this system as well. So your admin, Sue, can also participate in profit share. So it's getting them thinking that way so that everyone is thinking, hey, how do we build this? And again, it's getting them thinking, what would I do with that money? Because when the why is there, the how will show up, right?
Exactly.
So who do you know in your market center that receives profit share distributions?
That I know personally?
Yes.
In our office?
Yes.
That would be everyone in.
Jot their names down for a minute. Just think about it. So who would you say?
Well, I would say Karen, Sharon, Tim Kinsler, Rohan, Isa,
Stefan.
Stefan. I knew it was missing someone. Stefan, Scott, Jonathan. That's
a good list.
Oh, the obvious one. Why can't I think of his name? Mitch.
Mitch, yeah. Yeah.
And
Of
then the
course.
guy that I meet every year that don't know his name, who's the number one earner,
John is his name.
John. How hard is that for me to remember?
So may I
Where have
encourage
I
you?
heard that name before?
I hopefully, yeah. Let me not say anymore. So you may want to talk to a couple of those and get their experience with profit share and growth share. Growth share. Stefan is starting to see that obviously with France.
Right.
Growth share is international passive income that we can earn. So let's look at the big picture of profit share. Again, an associate joins any market center and names you as their sponsor.
Okay.
They pay a company dollar into the office that they're in. The market center is profitable. And then the 21st of the following month, the market center's profit is that the portion of it generated by that agent's transaction is put into your account. I know you've received profit share, but I think all of your downline is in this office, correct?
Yes.
So again, you're getting a share of the owner's profits, not the person's commission.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, would you like more information than that?
So you said something it just dawned on me. You said something, because this is what I've been trying to figure out. You said you're getting a percentage of, so the agent that you've sponsored has to be contributing money towards the company dollar.
Right.
And in that 1 month, that portion of the profits generated from that person's contribution to the office is what you're getting. So in other words, I'll make up a name. Susie. Right. I bring Susie on board. Susie has a sale. Let's make up the numbers. The office dollars that she brought in, let's say it was $100,000 sale. 30% goes to the office. I don't have a calculator. 30% of the commission. And then let's just say 48% of that is the profit. Assuming, I guess I'm trying to see how it.
Yeah, I tell you what, let's draw it out.
But obviously, just by bringing somebody in, that doesn't do anything unless they're producing.
Unless they're producing.
And that's the only time there's profit out of that person is during that period of time that they are not capped.
Right.
Until they capped.
So let's say our company dollar for the month, for the whole office, this is the office information. Let's say all company dollar for the month's 100,000.
Okay.
Our total expenses are 50,000. So our total profit is 50,000, right?
Right.
We're going to profit share 48%. So what is that
Right.
of 50,000? Let's get the right number. 50 times 0.48 is 24.
Okay.
And the owners are going to keep 26,000.
Right.
Now let's assume, who did you say? Susie, who is your sponsor,
Susie.
right?
Let's say Susie, I sponsor, she has a $300,000 sale.
Can I change things a little bit?
Sure.
So that we don't get too buried in the weeds. I'm going to say Susie had multiple transactions that
Fair.
contributed $1,000 of this 24,000.
Okay. Yep.
That way okay?
Yep.
So this 1,000 is going to be split between Terry would get 50% of that, which is 500. And 6 other people will share the other 500.
Right.
So it works its way down, 10%, 5%, 5%, 7.5%. So until the 1,000 is distributed.
Okay.
that make sense?
Yep.
So if on average, and this is an estimation, guesstimation, if Susie is a capper,
Right.
approximately you're as her primary sponsor in this market center, you'll earn $1,500 to $2,000 in passive income per one capper.
Okay.
Now, while I have my Google Doc on my pad up here, remember we have the disappearing cap.
Right.
So your cap's 20,000.
Right.
Let's say Susie is a capper. Your cap would reduce the following year by 5,000 down to 15. And who's another capper that you know that you respect? Ross. He comes in, names you as a sponsor. Who's another capper? Lynn. She comes in, names you as her sponsor. Who's another capper you've talked to?
I don't know.
We'll make another name up. The reason I'm using real names
Right.
is I'm triggering your mind to be thinking
Right.
how you're going to build relationships with these people. So you can get your cap down to 0 within 1 year if you bring in 4 cappers. They name you as a sponsor. In addition,
For that 1 year.
for the 1 year, correct?
Right.
No,
Now what it, well, okay, I'm going in the weeds.
no, that's okay. In addition,
Right.
you're going to earn passive income from these cappers of $1,500 to $2,000 a year. So that's $6,000 to $8,000 every year.
Yep.
As long as they're with us, performing, we're profitable. And then that's going to grow because guess what these people are going to do? We're going to teach them to do the same thing.
Right.
So as an ALC member, my goal for you this year is to get your cap for next year down to 0. We got to get busy.
Yep.
And this is how it functionally works in sharing the income. And
Okay, that makes sense.
two components. Reducing your cap is today money. I mean, immediate passive income builds over time and will continue, right?
And then, go ahead.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
You had a question?
Now, my question, the whole concept of the 6, the concept of going 14 wide versus 7 down, I hear mumble jumble. I don't quite understand that.
Right, there's depth
versus width, and they want to
right?
go wide first.
Your focus is to go wide, is to get 15, and we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
To get 15 wide, and then usually that's a number that will naturally create some depth once depending on how intentional you're going to be, then you can teach that next level. Well, let's help you get 15, right? Then that's when it would explode.
Right.
So you see my screen, the PowerPoint now?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no, the PowerPoint, no, I still see your drawing.
Okay.
Now I see you.
Yeah. Let's get the PowerPoint. I don't know how to switch real well. There we go. Can you see that now, PowerPoint?
Yep. Back on.
So we've covered this. So the second piece, so now vesting. No, you joined us before April 1st, 2020. So you vest in 3 years and a day. And when you're vested, you can leave Keller Williams and still receive profit share.
Right.
Now, for agents that join April 1st, 2020 and later, They have 7 years before they invest, 7 years and a day.
Yep.
And when a vested associate makes a business decision to move to a competing brand, their profit share no longer follows.
Makes
As an
perfect
LC member,
sense.
you voted on that.
Yep.
No, if they choose to return within 6 months, their vesting period will be reset to reflect their prior vesting date and downline.
Okay.
If it's less than 6 months, they kind of get back in the spot they're in.
Yep.
You shared this earlier, you can will your profit share to a beneficiary. I believe that can be done 2 times, which is awesome. I mean, just think about that. Your children and your grandchildren can benefit. And you can get reports on mykw.kw.com.
Okay.
So in order to get there, though, we need to develop a plan.
Yes.
Right? A purposeful plan. And the queen of that plan is Linda McKissick.
Yes.
And she and her husband have earned over $10 million in profit share over the last, I think, since 2007, over the last 20 years. So the day you pick up your last sign, this is her quote, she will be the last day, will be the day you make your last dollar, unless you do something to create passive income. Profit share is a solution. You need a plan to take advantage of it. If you have a plan, you'll take the first step. So, your sponsor, that you've seen, we'll walk through this real quickly. So that's your sponsor, then your sponsor's sponsor. So starting to look at how your tree grows, right? I know you know who your sponsor is.
Right. Sharon and Karen.
Yes. So now, your first level, you have a few people. You know how many you have in your first level?
3.
3. There you go. See?
You do.
We wrote this course just for you.
Right.
It's the start. You're a 5th of the way there. Now we got to get another 3. That's your first level. Then when those people get more agents, you know, they get their first level, it becomes your second level, right?
Okay.
But you want to focus on the first level because that's really what you can nurture. And the goal is 15. Now, Linda McKissick, who the last couple of years has done about $1.5 million in profit share, has a total of 9,000 people in her profit in her tree. 9,000. Guess how many are in her first level?
15.
Good guess. 30.
12.
30. Okay. 30. But, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so 15 is a good start. Double that as you're going. It's awesome. You need to focus on developing your first level. And the advantage you have, you've been in the business a long time. You've been in the area a long time.
Right.
You have a profitable business. You have respected in the industry. So you have a lot of things. Now you're getting more intentional about it, which is what we needed to do. So it's not hard. It does require plan and focus. So here's a process: relate, refer, recruit. Now, part of the transition is the relationship part, right? Going from transaction, I just got to work with this agent to get through the transaction and move on. That's what most agents, talking to some other, yeah, I'm just focused on getting the deals done. Yes, that's good. Now you got to focus on building the relationship. How can I help this agent grow their business? I want you to write this down, this formula down. And you've heard Linda McKissick. It's relationships plus validity plus value, and then draw a line, and then below it put time. That's an equation. Relationships plus validity plus value over time. So you have relationships, you have validity. Now you need to create and build value over time. You're well situated, suited. to grow a big profit share tree. So you never know who's ready for change. You never know. In fact, in times of shift and uncertainty, what are we going into? Shift and uncertainty. Now, people aren't feeling it yet because, hey, there's no inventory. It's going to come a time in the months ahead where they're going to feel it and they'll be more receptive, right?
I agree.
So, as you know, you're experiencing it. Keller Williams is a safe harbor in any storm. So picture your tree growing. So one of the exercises is for you to fill in names into this. Who would you like to see in your first level? You already have 3. Who else would you like to see? I've mentioned a couple of names.
Right.
Who else would you write them down? Who else would you like to see? And you don't have to say them out loud or if you want to.
You know me, I need to see the list.
Yes, I do know you.
Give me the list of names. I can pick them.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
The agents you're currently working with. I think your team leader has called you calls you regularly to, who are you working with now?
Right, right.
So it's being intentional. And Linda McKissick had 5 names on her court board that she was nurturing. So I want you to, and you and I offline will come up with 5 names that you want to nurture. And we'll create a plan. Mega Camp's coming up. Gold is coming up. What can we invite them to, right? To provide value to that group. So
sure.
So you do a lot of transactions. Last year you did 70, 65 transactions.
It said 95, so I'm very confused what I actually did.
Okay. So
because I don't know if that
that would include rentals.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know, if that included rentals.
That would, yeah.
Okay.
So part of it, Linda McKissick points out there are 2 powerful ways of starting the conversation. And they're in the box on the slide. Share a real compliment or ask them for input or expertise. Ask their opinion. And there are some scripts when you download the material. And I'll read one of them to you since you don't have it in front of you.
Sure.
Hi, Ross. This is Terry. This is John. I want to take a minute and thank you for your professionalism on the sale of 123 Main Street. It's a pretty nice call. Can that be part of your lead gen every day? Once a week, not every day. Once a week, you call your co-brokes and thank them for the deal, or you call agents. Hey, Lynn, what are you seeing in this community? I know you focus on that community. What's your perspective? People like to tell you their opinion.
Yep.
So now this approach is longer term. Start a conversation, set up a time to meet. And your meeting is not to talk about Keller Williams. It's to talk about them, their business. How can you help them? I don't know if you have the intention of doing it this way. With certain
no, because I don't see myself wanting to help people that aren't within my own company. It's not in my nature.
Okay. So you may consider.
They're my competitors.
I appreciate your authenticity.
Transparency.
Transparency.
If you're watching this who doesn't work for Keller Williams, don't ask me for your help. I'm just kidding. I'll help anybody if they ask me.
Yes, you will. Yes,
only if they ask me.
So, people that you have a relationship with, I know you know several agents at your church that have reached out to you.
Yep.
You're going to share ideas with them. and you can share some resources with them too, but you're coming from contribution. Co-op agents might be some that you want to, some high profile co-op agents for you, you may consider doing it. And what are some resources? Now, we're not going to do this activity right now where you're going to call the person. Most of the times I'm asking you for a name and I make the call to say, hey, Terry was telling me about you. Are you willing?
Right.
Let's get together. There are different ways to do it. I think the script I used last week with you was, hey, Terry, let me help you build your wealth and build your profit share tree so you can increase your passive income and reduce your cap. Who do you know that I can call?
Right.
Right? So I'm not, but Linda McKissick, she built her downline all over the country because she was going to these trainings before she was with Keller Williams and knew all these top agents all over the country. So she was nurturing those relationships, not just here, but in other parts of the country.
Sure.
And you may consider that.
I mean, it's definitely a yeah, it depends on your strategy and
Yeah.
do you have relationships and, you know.
So, you know, referring them to a team leader, I mean, this is just different ideas. Ask them, you know, again, it's being more relational with the agent on the other side of a transaction, or that you're competition. If they're not your competition, they're future Keller Williams agents.
That's right.
And here are some resources. You know, you think of some of the things we've had at a team event recently, you know, the reverse bold 100, the client event, all these tools we have, a book, you know, there are resources within that, you know, a 411, hey, this is a tool that I've used that's helped me in my business.
Yep.
It might be, I know you do videos and emails to your database.
Right.
Do you have a database of co-brokes that you've dealt with?
No.
That might be something you start creating and tag them in Command or your CRM, and maybe once a quarter you send them an email, a video. Hey, this is something I learned this month, this quarter. And again, you're sharing enough where you're showing that you care about them and creating value for them. So, and then obviously your team leader loves to get referrals, just like you love to get referrals, right?
That's right.
So I love doing, here's a script. I love doing transactions with you. You're awesome. I told my team leader just the other day how great you are. You wonder, why don't you read this? I want to hear you say it. Can you see it?
Sure, I see it. Hey, Joey, it was great doing a transaction with you. You were totally awesome. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to my team leader about you the other day and how great you are. She or he will be calling you to thank you for the business that we did together. Will you promise me that you'll take his call?
That's it. I like that last phrase. Will you promise me you'll take his call? So you're kind of endearing them that they're going to pick up the phone when I call. So that's a pretty easy script. Now, whether you love doing the transaction, if you don't, then I wouldn't say that. But
right.
But you probably wouldn't call them if you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I'm always I'm good about thanking the agents. I usually send out thank you notes to agents. especially the ones that I like. But I should start collecting a database of agents that I like,
Yes.
which I don't have. I don't, because I
Yeah.
purge them out of my database.
Yes. And they are and I know Danielle is very focused on it. And to her credit, she has time on her hand, God willing,
Right.
she'll have decades more than
Right.
you and I will have. So that's the advantage too. So I don't intend to recruit you. You're not recruiting. I hope, that's a line too. I don't intend to recruit you. I hope you aren't disappointed. My team and I just want to thank you.
Right.
Your role is not to recruit. I don't want you to think you're recruiting. You're building relationships.
Right. No, I get it. Just pass it on to you. Just, pitch the ball and have you hit it away.
And again, we don't say anything negative about their company, their broker, or anything. It's just all good. How do I like to receive referrals right now? Either email or text.
Okay.
With a V card, preferably, if there's a. That way I can.
Yep.
But those are my two favorite ways. And then if I'm calling you, then I'll just write it down. But then I'll have it if I need to refer back to it. We're not going to take time. Again, it's creating a database with the agents. I think that's critical. And both you and Danielle should be doing it. I don't know if you have separate databases, but Mary should be doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're all in your downline, right?
Yep.
Again, you'll model the behavior for your team to do. Offer your KW app. They don't have it. So what we'll force you to do is to get more familiar with your KW app.
Sure.
Already. So there's, and we have just a couple minutes left before Chris's class starts. But there's a build your passive income sheet in your student manual.
Yep.
That starts with what you wanted your passive income, kind of setting a goal. And I remember when you and I met for the first time at Panera's, right?
Yep.
It was very clear what you wanted to create with your real estate business. You had a clear goal, and that is what's driven you to continue to build it. So what helped you open your mind to Keller Williams? It was an event, right?
Correct.
So be thinking of agents. What event can we create or invite them to? Mega Camp's coming, Bold is coming, Bold next month. So, and let's create a strategy around who can you invite to Bold, who can you invite to Mega Camp, and we'll help to underwrite that at the market center if they have a certain production level.
Sure.
And then set a goal: how many people you have in your first level, and by when. What activities will I engage in regularly to achieve this goal? These are the questions. What are you going to do today? So I want you to do one thing today. Kind of like they teach us in Bold. Set your goal, what you're going to create, what it's going to do for you, why you're doing it, and what's something you're going to do today. One activity. So what's something you can do today, Terry, towards building your profit share?
Tell my assistant to start adding every agent that we've worked with and working with into my database.
Awesome.
Can't call them if you don't have their number.
Right. So here it is. We've talked about profit share, how it works, develop the plan quickly, how a profit share tree grows, your plan. Your profit share tree, we've talked about, build your passive income plan. You are so well suited to build a powerful, enormous profit share. So are you motivated to grow your profit share tree, Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
I know Andrew's on here.
Or somebody imposing us.
Oh, imposing us, Andrew.
It might be someone else saying, hey, it's time to end this class.
Yep, time to go.
So before you do, Terry, I'm going to ask you to go to Open Kelly.
Oh, where's Open Kelly? On
No,
what?
go to your Kelly app. You remember that app, right?
Yeah, I think I have it.
And what are you going to say?
Uh,
You're going to say just type in take the or course evaluation. You type in course evaluation.
okay, I have to sign in. Let me write this all down.
All right. And then just click on the link, identify the course, and it's a Market Center course.
Right.
You have to add me as an instructor. And remember, 5s are good.
Yes, I'm very clear on the goal here.
It doesn't have to be a 5 if you don't believe so. If you think it's a 1, then don't fill it out.
I actually do have a problem getting into my Kelly, and I forgot about this. I have to get with Chris or something. For whatever reason, I can't sign in. That's why I haven't been using it, and it won't allow me to change the password or do anything.
So we'll need to get that resolved. So
right.
Something else so you can actually use it more so.
Right. Correct. I don't use it because I can't access it.
So, well, Terry, can I answer any questions for you?
No, this was fabulous, and truly I appreciate it because it gave me a little more clarity. And the part that it was missing a couple of the parts, so it's clear. I'm good.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here and for encouraging me to record this. So now it's somewhere in the cloud. So
That's
for
right.
those of you who are watching this, thank you, and I trust it's been helpful. Call Terry with any questions.
Call Terry, and if you're afraid to call anyone, any agents, just call me and I'll take care of it on my behalf, not yours.
That's so caring and thoughtful of you. Have a great day. I'm going to stop recording. You're welcome.